Hey everybody, it's Aaron from the Kili Life, bringing you another carnivore update. Yeah, it's been, I have no idea really what day I'm on my diet. It's been over 6 months. I think I've went over 200 days, and I stopped updating my calendar on how many days I've been on the carnivore diet because I felt like 6 months was enough counting. But I do miss going to my calendar and looking at the days that are coming up and what thresholds. But my next real threshold is going to be a year because I'm not giving up. And it's funny because I started at 30 days, that I was like, I'm going to do 90, and once I hit 90, I'm like, okay, this is a way for me to actually get healthy, and I feel healthier and healthier. My life is not perfect because of carnivore. There's struggles and stresses, and yesterday was one of those days where I was like, I felt pretty good. I have some arthritic pain in my hand that hasn't been fixed, but that's what I get for having anger problems when I was a younger man and punching brick walls. I guess it was better than assault. Had some pain, but then later on I was having one of those days where it felt like everything that I did went wrong, or everything that I was trying to do had an impediment in the way. Some of those were just random things, but some of them was the new dog and my 2-year-old. They were like under my feet, and I was trying to work on some of our internet. And yeah, it was one of those days where I just felt like the world was crashing down on me. It was out to get me, and everything was out to get me. And honestly, I think it was like part of it was a spiritual attack because there was a lot of drama at work that I had to address, and I walked away from it very proud of the way that I was able to navigate some of the hardships and the amount of truth I was able to speak into people's lives and encourage them and spur them on. And so I came home, and I think not to be weird about it, but I think that could have been part of it also. If I was on the carnivore diet, I would have just told myself to get a Snickers and take a nap. I ate some steak. I did that. So I was working on these things. I was kind of stressed out, and I had the passing thought that it'd be better if I wasn't alive. And immediately I was like, that's so dumb. Because none of this stuff that you're doing even really matters in the grand scheme of life. And for anyone that's ever struggled with depression or like intrusive thoughts like that, just let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you've been able to do to lessen those in your life. So one thing that I've noticed is I have not had those types of thoughts in a long time. I think it would come more often, and I don't want to laugh at it because I don't like having those thoughts. And I don't think I'm a bad person or I'm a broken person because I had those thoughts. It's been so long since I had a thought like that. And did this diet help me do that? I don't know. I can't prove that this diet has helped me with thoughts like that. I have noticed I'm way more even in my life in general. I don't have ups and downs. Like I don't have extreme happiness and sadness like I used to. Yeah, so I think that has made me better. So I also noticed something else that is going on, and that is that, let me go back. I have struggled with seasonal depression, sad, and in the last couple of years, I've started taking vitamin D supplements when when the days get darker, and it's just starting. It's just starting. Notice when I wake up, it's dark, and it gets dark earlier, and we're gonna have daylight savings time. So let me know in the comments if you are on this carnivore diet or on a ketogenic type of diet, and if you take vitamin D supplements. I'm wondering if I even need to this year, or this diet will help me with that. So, because I feel like the vitamin D kind of got me through the last winter and the winter before a little bit better. Could be all in my mind. I have no idea. So if you have any experience with that, let me know. But I've also noticed something else going on in my mind, and I don't think my mind is caught up to where I'm at physically. And so here's an example. I was at work and I saw a bunch of garbage on the ground, and some of it was under a car. I'm like, I can pick that up, but I don't want to get on my hands and knees and get down and pick up this trash under this car and throw it away. And then it hit me. I was like, why not? You can bend over and breathe now. Because in my mind, I'm protected myself, because if I get down like that, I'd be out of breath. My stomach would be pushing into my lungs, right? It would take some effort, and I would resist the urge. I would resist or be resistant to that kind of output, that kind of exertion in my life, because it was difficult. Now, was it possible? Yes, I could have got down and did it, and it would have been possible, but my mind still hasn't caught up to the fact that I could do that much easier than now. I could do that much easier now. And another example is that I sit down and I put on my shoes, because I'm so used to sitting down to put on my shoes, because I had to sit down to put on my shoes. Now I don't have to. I could actually just grab my shoes and put them on, because I just slip them on and off anyway, so I don't even have to tie them. But I don't have to sit down and put on my shoes. Losing some of this belly fat and just overall has made my back less tight and inflamed, and it has helped my flexibility. Some of the working out and stuff I think has helped. But I'm able to put on my shoes without sitting down. And I just thought, man, there's so many things in my life or in your life that if you have made progress in, lost about 50 pounds, or some of you have done more, or you haven't even started this diet yet, but there's going to come a point in your diet and in your life that your mind is not going to have caught up with what your body can do now. I drive a truck, and I like the truck because it's high up off the ground. And I was like, I'm not going to get like some little small car or something like that. I've been looking at them just to have like a little car around that passed down to one of my kids, just a gas saving car. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get one of those because I don't want to be low to the ground. It's like, I got to get up and get down in this little car and won't feel like I fit in it, because, I'm 6'4", currently 230 pounds. Like, I'm still a big guy, but I'm like, But then I'm like, I could just get one of those cars because it's not that bad. I rode in one the other day. I was like, Aaron, this isn't that bad. I said the other day, it's probably been a couple months, but I was like, oh, this isn't that bad, because again, my abdomen is not pushing into my lungs and suffocating me. But now I'm really excited just to see in my life, and I'm like, okay, where are the limitations I set up for myself that don't need to be limitations anymore? And where are the limitations in your life that don't need to be limitations anymore? Where in your life on this diet has your brain not caught up with what your body can do now, physically? Or even this, what is your brain not caught up with that you can now endure mentally, because you're more stable and you're not having highs and lows from the carbs and the sugars? What kind of stress can you deal with now that you couldn't before? Because your mood has improved. And for anyone that's considering going on a carnivore diet, there's lots of reasons to do it. For me, it was because I had type 2 diabetes and I want to stick around for my kids and I want to see grandchildren. And God willing, I could see great grandchildren. I don't want to leave this planet just because it gets a little bit difficult or hard. Like, I want to leave this planet when I'm old and gray if I can. And I think a lot of people feel that way. But if you haven't started this diet, here's some things to consider, that whatever limitations that you have right now, some of them might disappear. I heard Dr. Ken Berry say once, like, okay, maybe you're not going to be 100% better, but what if you're 40% better? Is it worth it? What if you're 60% better? Is it worth it? Right? 75%? Well, obviously, the higher you get, the more worth it would be. But even a low number, 25% better, would that be worth it? I would say yes, and you won't know until you try and you feel it. So, and again, I'm not saying carnivore diet will heal everything and make everything better, because that's not reality. That's not complete reality, but you never know what it will do and what it will heal and how much better you can be, which is an amazing thing. My brain needs to catch up with what I can do physically. Yeah. That being said, I came up with this saying years ago that was, lazy people are the real innovators, because you're trying to find new innovative ways to do something smarter and not harder. And I'm not giving up on that. I still, in my work where I move furniture, I still use a dolly all I can, because there's wear and tear on your joints and your bones and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say just go out and just be crass or rash or just extreme in any way. You know, do things the smart way still. Don't try to injure yourself mechanically for no reason. Yeah. I could do this. All right, thumbnail. Mind blow. Mind blow. Put this on the internet. Put this on the internet.